Hello and welcome to the Music Scout Podcast with myself, Lewis Fisher, and welcome to episode 93. Today we have on the show the Night Cafe. They're going to be opening up the show for us with their latest single, Endless Lovers. As well as that, we've got Steaming Satelittes coming up after that, and then we've also got a bit of Rob Moir, as well as Honey Nothings, Manu Katche with a rather interesting track. This is going to be the song Vice, featuring Fada Freddy, and then we've also got potentially the album of the year contender up on the very end of the show. This is going to be it's definitely going to be a contender for the rock album of the year, and it's already got that top spot personally, but whether it is the album of the year is yet to be seen. I will be doing a summary of my album of the year picks halfway through the year, which will be around June time. But until then, we've got BadFlower, and they're going to be playing out their latest single, Heroin, for us to close the show. So plenty to look forward to. Now let's get into the first track with the Night Cafe and the track Endless Lovers.
Broken hearted beyond reach.
Night Cafe with their very catchy single Endless Lovers there. Hope you did enjoy that one. So it's good to be back for another week. I'm glad you enjoyed the other episodes I put out last week, and we've got a couple more coming out this week as well, which is very exciting. We do have some interviews coming up in the next few weeks. As well as that, I've got some shows local to me, so I'm going to be going down and seeing some of those bands, including Vukavoy, as well as another band which I cannot remember off the top of my head. Apologies. But I will be going down to both of these gigs. One of them is on my birthday, which is very exciting. And hopefully I'm going to interview the bands as well. So lots of interviews coming up, which would be very exciting. As well as that, we got The Great Escape coming up very soon. It's next month now, which is extremely exciting. I need to put my plan together. I need to speak to Rob, aka Banner Badges, and hopefully we can put together a plan, because you're not going to go to The Great Escape without a plan. In the next coming weeks as well, there will be a Great Escape special. I've been putting forward some of my favourite songs. I put them into a playlist. I've been listening to all of the artists and putting it into a favourites. I'm not going to do what I did in my first year, and where I managed to somehow do an alphabetised favourites list from A to Z, which was quite extraordinary of me, considering I wasn't even going that year. So we're going to listen to the second track, which is Steaming Satellite, and the song Put It Down.
Try looking inside, but then you put
Steaming Satelittes and their single Put It Down. Rather funky tune, this one, with sort of twisted elements of electronic as well. Really like this track. I think this is one that gives you a nice introduction to the band. As well as that, it's got a lot of great musicianship, fantastic lyrics, and do go check out the rest of their music. So now we're going to move on to the third track. We're going to bring it down a touch, and we're just going to listen to Rob Moir, and this is going to be his amazing single, Love is a House on Fire. Do enjoy.
Give us strength when our own arms aren't enough. Raise a glass to those who redefine trust. We'll take a bullet, shed our own skin if we must. 'Cause love is a house on fire. Truth, madness and desire. And you're rocking a swimming man's world. There'll come a time when your body slips away, with no chance left for something more to say. And all I want is for you to know my heart was there if at times it didn't show. 'Cause love is a house on fire. Truth, madness and desire. And you're rocking a swimming man's world. 'Cause love is a house on fire. Truth, madness and desire. And you're rocking a swimming man's world.
The beautiful acoustic track from Rob Moir there, and Love is a House on Fire. You know, it's been turning quite a bit colder here in the UK, and I just needed something to warm me up, just get me in a nice cozy feeling. And the tone of that tone of that guitar is just insane. Such a warm, vibrant sound and amazing lyrics once again. I think that's definitely something that captures me, is the lyrics in this track. And I had to wait about 5 minutes to record this part because I had everything going on outside. I had a Chinook going over, or a Chinook, some people call it. Is it a Chinook or a Chinook? I call it Chinook, which really pisses my girlfriend off because she says Chinook. But I think it's Chinook. We had some police sirens, then we had an ambulance go by. So yeah, I've literally just been sitting there waiting for it to go quiet again, which has been a task in itself. I can hear them going again. Right, let's finish up. The Honey Nothings next with Edinburgh. It's alright.
Distance is a thing that somehow brings me closer to you. Makes me wanna sing about all the things I never got around to do. Sitting alone on the side of a telephone, all of my own static ringing through my bones. Screaming loud, whose fault was this but mine? makes me realize all the things I should have realized about you. Sitting alone on the side of the road, I never knew a place to call home. Screaming loud, whose fault was this? It's mine. Makes me wanna cry. This emptiness inside. It feels so long ago since I felt this love. I don't wanna be another someone reaching out from the Pacific Ocean. I just wanna see a little motion. So give it your all, or give it to the foe. I'm trying to find a way. I'm trying to find a way to get these things I thought I wouldn't say across to you. I don't wanna be another song reaching out from the Pacific Ocean. I just wanna see a little motion. So give it your all, or give it to the foe. I don't wanna be another someone reaching out from the Pacific Ocean. I just wanna see a little motion. To give it your all, or give it to the foe.
So I've had to give up waiting to do another section of this podcast. I'm just going to do it even if there's sirens in the background. Something seriously is going wrong in the town. Not too sure what it is, but hopefully it's not too serious. But yeah, we'll carry on. If you get an essence of police siren, I do apologise if you're listening through extremely delicate and sensitive headphones. That was the Honey Nothings with the delicious song, as I'd like to call it, Edinburgh. Really nice, clean tone on that guitar, just be able to get some funky grooves out, some solid drumming, great lyrics, and just a really, really good band. I really like the Honey Nothings and the music they've put out recently, and this is no exception. So the Honey Nothings and Edinburgh for you. Now it is time for the doubleheader of music, and we're going to listen to a rather interesting track, which is not normally in my repertoire of music that I look out for. This is going to be Manu Katche. I think this track has definitely got a unique flair and taste to it, which I hope you will enjoy. And then we're going to hear from Night Flight with a lovely piano track called Roulette. And the Manu Katche song is called Vice, and it's featuring Fada Freddy, which is F-A-A-D-A, so Fada Freddy. Don't get to say that very often, so I quite like saying that. So you'll hear me say it a couple of times at the end once the Music Scout doubleheader of music has finished. But yeah, we'll play those two tracks out, and then we will finish with an absolute corker of a track, which I will probably rant on about for about 5 minutes after the doubleheader of music. So do enjoy before you come back and listen to me tirade some comments about BadFlower and how great this album is that is going to be coming up to close the show. Do enjoy the doubleheader, and I will speak to you in a bit.
We weren't
somebody come and get in your way and say you can't make it. Cause no one detains the secret of perfection. No, no. The battle might be long and exhausting. Obstacles all along this journey. Your worst enemies are your fears, and the voices in your head telling you to back down.
Yes, we can, no matter who you blame. We won't wait for the pain, we all the same. Yes, we can, no matter who you blame. We won't wait for the pain, we all the same.
Everybody is a masterpiece in the puzzle. Just be good at what you're doing. When you do it, just do it right. The heart of the universe beats inside each one of us. We, the sky and the earth, we all the same. We cry, we laugh, we die, we eat, we bleed, we dance. The sample of your blood is the same as mine. It's red. Yes, we can make it. We are the power of a million voices calling.
Yes, we can, no matter who you blame.
No matter.
We won't wait for the pain, we're all the same.
All the same.
Yes, we can, no matter who you blame. We won't wait for the pain, we're all the same.
Yes, we can. 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 Young son, yes, we can. When they go, young son, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Young son, yes, we can. Nothing impossible. Young son, yes, we can. We the sky. I know nothing ever lasts. Still I'm dreaming of the days gone past, to find my dying youth. Maybe I was meant to travel blind. Maybe I was born to realize
double header of music there for you, ladies and gentlemen. We had Manu Katche with Vice featuring Fada Freddy, a rather dub-influenced track there from the Caribbean, as well as many others. The drums in this track are insane. They're so good, and they just got that Caribbean feel to them, that sort of those influences, as well as the dub vibes coming in. You've also got the electronic feel with the quick tempo of the bass as well. I feel like the bass is really driving this song, as well as the manic drums going on in the background. Fantastic song, and I hope you did enjoy that. And then the second track was Night Flight, very different, with Roulette, and this is their latest single as well. So let's get the plugs out the way first. I think we'll get those out the way, and then we'll move on to the final track of the day. So the website is themusicscoutpodcast.co.uk, and there you will find all the podcast episodes with all of the podcast track listing. If you did miss any of them and want the correct spelling because you can't find them on Spotify or YouTube or wherever you find your music, you can also email me at themusicscoutpodcast@gmail.com, and you can email me your tracks. You can also email me for an interview, as well as that you can just email me with your thoughts and your suggestions for the podcast. As well as that, we have the social media pages. Facebook and Instagram is The Music Scout, and Twitter is The Music Scout with a little underscore. So we move on to the final track of the day then. We've got BadFlower and the single Heroin. There is a live version of this, but I thought I would use the track version because this is from the actual album. The live version is very, very good. I will put it out there. The live version is definitely worth a listen if you like this track. Now, this is being branded as the rock album of the year currently because, well, it is. This album, for me, has been a surprise. It's been a breath of fresh air for the rock industry. And I think if anybody does enjoy listening to rock and wants something a bit different, I would thoroughly recommend you go check this out. If anyone's been listening for some time, they know that I've really enjoyed Black Foxes. And when I first found them, I could not stop going on about them. I was very excited. It was the first band that I genuinely felt passionate for and wanted to strive for the best for them. And I was very lucky to interview them at one point, which I was exceedingly excited for. Tristan, bassist of Black Foxes, lovely bloke. So why is BadFlower so unique? Well, the singer is absolutely fucking nuts. is the bare bones of the band. The singer reminds me of a modern Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. He has that tenacity and the desire, as it were, to chat what his mind is thinking through all of the songs. As well as this, he also laughs quite hysterically in one of the tracks called Die. He says what he thinks, he does what he wants, and he is a very, very likable figure for what he is perceived in the tracks. And it's just something I haven't come across with such a poignant and such a incredible mix of characteristics in a vocalist, in a front man or a front woman. And I think it's a really great breath of fresh air. And not to even mention the production and the songwriting on this is bloody brilliant. It's an album that consistently surprised me. It's an album that was you can tell the band have been together for quite some time and have really nailed down their sound. They know what they want. The drummer is slick as hell. The guitar tunes and the guitar riffs are really, really creative. I just can't point this out enough. It's definitely going to be up there for album of the year. It's definitely a contender. I can tell when an album's a contender, and this is one. And this is the song that got me into this band. And I can't really tell if the singer's acting as if he's completely messed up in the head, but this song gives you the idea of what he's like. If you want to go listen to the album is Okay, I'm Sick. Came out this year, so it is a valid entry for album of the year. As well as that, we've got Japanese House up there, we've got Tom McGuire up there. We've got a very diverse range for album of the year, and it's going to be a close one, I can tell you that. So, without further ado, let me introduce the final song of the podcast. Thank you all very much for joining me for this episode, number 93. This is going to be BadFlower and the track Heroin from the album Okay, I'm Sick. Do go and check it out if you do like the song, and I will speak to you soon. Ta-ra!
She's in my head again. She knows where I have been. I'm going down that road again. She's in my bed again. She marks her fingerprints in my skin. I breathe her perfume in, and it burns like heroin. Now she's in me, and I can't let her go. And my bones are caving in, and she stole my faith again. And I wish you well. Oh, for the night. So you come again. She's in my veins again, but she knows that I'll bleed her out before I wake. Exhale her oxygen. She burns like heroin. Now she's in me, and I can't let her go. And my bones are caving in, and she stole my faith again. And I wish you well. Oh, for the night. She's in my life again, but she won't ever win. And I wish you well. For the night, for the night. My bones are caving in, and she stole my faith again. I wish you well. For the night.